Simple Steps to Be Among the Top 1%. No Side Hustles Needed. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Before you dive into this book, here's what you need: a burning desire to rise above mediocrity, an openness to rethink traditional success strategies, and a commitment to work smarter, not harder. If you've ever felt that grinding endlessly or chasing side hustles wasn't the answer, then you're exactly where you need to be. This isn't a book about quick fixes or lottery ticket dreams. It's about mastering simplicity and focus to join the top 1%. It was a cold January morning, and Aaron sat in his parked car outside the office, hands clenched around the steering wheel. Inside, the same fluorescent-lit cubicle waited for him, along with the endless grind of back-to-back meetings and a salary that never seemed to catch up with his dreams. His newsfeed had just delivered another gut punch, yet another former classmate celebrating their new Tesla, their dream home, or some exotic vacation. Aaron couldn't help but wonder, what am I doing wrong? But here's the twist. Aaron wasn't lazy. In fact, he'd tried everything: late-night freelance gigs, weekend side hustles, and endless self-help books promising the secret to success. Yet the harder he worked, the further he seemed from the life he envisioned. The thought gnawed at him. Do I really need to burn myself out to get ahead? That night, while aimlessly scrolling, he stumbled on an idea that changed everything: a path to elite success without the chaos of juggling multiple jobs or overcomplicating life. It wasn't about doing more, it was about doing better, focusing on the highest impact actions, and letting go of distractions. Aaron wasn't chasing, he was strategizing. And within 2 years, he wasn't just comfortable, he was thriving, earning a spot in the elusive top 1%. You might see a bit of yourself in Aaron: hardworking and ambitious, but stuck in a loop that never quite gets you to the next level. This book is your invitation to break free from that loop. It's not about shortcuts, but about clarity and precision, practical steps you can start today to create extraordinary results without sacrificing your sanity. Chapter 1. The Myth of the Hustle. You wake up early, stay up late, and cram every spare moment with work. The grind is relentless. Society applauds your hustle, telling you this is the price of success. But deep down, you know something feels wrong. Why are you exhausted but no closer to the life you envision? The myth of the hustle, this glorification of doing more for the sake of more, is a trap that keeps too many spinning their wheels. Let me tell you about Melanie, a bright entrepreneur who believed the lie. She ran a catering business, worked weekends on freelance projects, and filled her evenings with online classes. Her phone was always buzzing, and her planner was packed with tasks. From the outside, she looked like the epitome of ambition. But inside, Melanie was unraveling. Her health suffered, her relationships faded, and despite all her effort, her bank account barely grew. Hustling, it seemed, was failing her. Melanie's story is far from unique. Most people believe the path to success is paved with endless work, sleepless nights, and sacrificing everything. Social media bombards us with images of grind culture, entrepreneurs posting about their 18-hour days, influencers showing off their hustle routines. It's easy to assume success equals burnout. But here's the reality: the top 1% don't hustle endlessly. They don't spend every waking moment in frantic activity. Instead, they've mastered a different formula, one that's rooted in clarity, focus, and strategy. The most successful people prioritize what truly matters, delegate what doesn't, and rest unapologetically. They don't glorify busy, they glorify results. Let's pause for a moment. Think about your own life. How much of what you do daily is truly moving you closer to your goals? How much is noise, distraction, or pressure to conform to an idea of success that isn't yours? The hustle myth survives because it feels productive, even when it isn't. But working hard is meaningless if you're working on the wrong things. Melanie discovered this truth the hard way. One night, after another grueling day with little to show for it, she decided to rethink everything. She started asking herself the tough questions. What am I really working for? What are the few things that actually create results? She realized most of her efforts were reactive, responding to demands, saying yes to opportunities she didn't even want, and confusing busyness with progress. The turning point came when Melanie adopted a new mantra: work smarter, not harder. She identified her most profitable catering clients and focused solely on serving them better. She streamlined her processes, cut out unnecessary tasks, and set boundaries on her time. Within months, her income doubled, her stress halved, and she rediscovered the joy in her work. This isn't just Melanie's story, it's a lesson for anyone feeling trapped in the hustle myth. You don't need to exhaust yourself to succeed. In fact, overwork is often the enemy of success. Studies show that productivity plummets after a certain number of hours worked, and the constant grind diminishes creativity and decision-making. Consider this: the world's most successful individuals, top CEOs, elite athletes, and groundbreaking artists, don't fill every moment with activity. They understand the value of rest, reflection, and precision. They reserve their energy for high-impact tasks and delegate or automate the rest. It's not laziness, it's strategy. The hustle myth persists because it's seductive. It gives us an illusion of control, a way to avoid the discomfort of slowing down and asking, am I actually making progress? Yet, breaking free from this myth is liberating. It allows you to focus on what matters most and to create success on your terms. Before we move forward, I want you to answer this: what does success mean to you? Take a moment. Write it down. If your definition includes working myself to exhaustion, this book will challenge you to rethink it. If your answer revolves around impact, fulfillment, and a life of purpose, then you're already on the right path. The truth is, hustle doesn't guarantee success. Clarity does. Focus does. Precision does. The chapters ahead will show you how to shift from grinding endlessly to working strategically, from chasing distractions to identifying the needle movers that propel you toward the life you deserve. So, are you ready to rewrite your success story? Are you ready to let go of the myth of the hustle and embrace a path built on simplicity, impact, and sustainable growth? Chapter 2: Clarity over Chaos. Have you ever stood at a crossroads, overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices before you? Life often feels like that, doesn't it? The to-do lists, the endless stream of opportunities, and the pressure to do it all can feel like navigating through a dense fog. The question is, how do you find your way when the path is unclear? Clarity is the antidote to chaos, yet it's something so few actively pursue. Most people stumble through life, reacting to whatever comes their way, hoping that somehow it will all make sense. But the truth is, without clarity, you're playing a game you can't win. Success doesn't happen by accident, it's engineered through deliberate focus on what truly matters. Let me introduce you to David. David was a corporate executive, managing a team, hitting deadlines, and chasing promotions. On the surface, he was thriving, but inside he felt hollow, like he was running in circles without a clear direction. When he finally sought help, his coach asked him one powerful question: "What do you really want?" David froze. It was a simple question, but he had no answer. His entire life had been about fulfilling others' expectations, his boss, his family, even societal norms. He had never stopped to consider what success meant to him personally. That realization shook him. And here's where it gets interesting. When David finally defined his vision, everything changed. He realized he didn't want to climb the corporate ladder any higher. Instead, he wanted to build a life that balanced financial freedom with time for his family and personal growth. With this newfound clarity, he pivoted his career, started working fewer hours, and pursued investments that aligned with his long-term vision. Within 3 years, he surpassed his financial goals while living a life he loved. David's transformation wasn't magic, it was the power of clarity. When you know exactly what you're working toward, every decision becomes easier. The fog lifts and the chaos subsides. But how do you achieve that kind of clarity? 1. Define your vision. Imagine your ideal life 5 years from now. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Write it down in vivid detail. This exercise forces you to articulate your aspirations and creates a mental blueprint for your decisions. 2. Identify your values. Success isn't just about wealth or status, it's about alignment with what matters most to you. List your top 5 values: freedom, family, health, creativity, or anything else, and use them as a compass for every decision. 3. Simplify your goals. Instead of scattering your energy across a dozen ambitions, focus on the 3 that will have the greatest impact on your life. These are your needle movers. Clarity isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. When you prioritize clarity, something extraordinary happens. Distractions lose their power over you. Opportunities that once seemed exciting but irrelevant no longer tempt you. You learn to say no without guilt because you're saying yes to what truly matters. But let's address the elephant in the room. What if I make the wrong choice? It's a fear that keeps many stuck in indecision. The answer is simple: you will learn and adapt. Clarity doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes, it means you'll make them faster, learn quicker, and stay on course. Progress isn't linear, but clarity ensures you're always moving in the right direction. Here's an exercise for you. Think about your current to-do list. How many items are aligned with your vision and values? How many are just noise? Take 5 minutes right now to cross off anything that doesn't move you closer to your goals. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but this act of decluttering is the first step toward clarity. Imagine your life if you woke up every day knowing exactly what to focus on. Picture the confidence, the peace of mind, and the results that would follow. That's the gift of clarity. David's story can be your story. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't more effort, it's more focus. Clarity turns chaos into calm, indecision into confidence, and stagnation into unstoppable progress. So let me ask you, what do you really want? Write it down, revisit it often. Because when you know your destination, the journey becomes not just easier but also deeply fulfilling. Chapter 3. Focus on the needle movers. Do you ever feel like your efforts are scattered, like you're giving your all but not gaining traction? You wake up ready to tackle the day, but by evening you wonder where the hours went and why you haven't made progress. Here's the critical question. What if you're focusing on the wrong things? Focus isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. In a world full of distractions, mastering this concept separates the successful from the overwhelmed. The key to joining the top 1% isn't working harder, it's consistently investing your energy in the few actions that deliver the biggest results. Anna was a talented graphic designer with big dreams of building her own creative agency, but she was stuck. Her days were filled with low-paying freelance gigs, managing admin tasks, and chasing every potential client who came her way. She was busy, but her bank account didn't reflect her effort. One day, her mentor asked her a game-changing question. "What are your needle movers?" Anna stared blankly. The mentor explained. "Needle movers are the small number of actions that have an outsized impact on your success. Find them and focus there." Anna started tracking her time and analyzing her results. She discovered that pitching high-profile clients and networking at industry events yielded far more income and opportunities than designing low-budget logos. By shifting her focus to these needle-moving tasks, she doubled her income in just 6 months and finally had the bandwidth to grow her agency. The concept of needle movers aligns with the 80-20 principle, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Your goal is to identify and amplify that 20%. Here's how to start. 1. Audit your activities. Take a week to track everything you do and the outcomes it produces. Be brutally honest. Which tasks generate the most value? Which are time sinks with little payoff? 2. Eliminate or delegate the rest. Once you identify the low-impact activities, find ways to let them go. Can you automate repetitive tasks, delegate to someone else, or simply stop doing them altogether? 3. Double down on high-impact actions. Focus your energy and resources on the activities that create the biggest leaps forward. These are your needle movers. If focusing on needle movers is so powerful, why don't more people do it? The answer lies in our psychology. Many people cling to busy work because it feels productive and safe. Tackling low-priority tasks gives us a dopamine hit, without the risk of failure that comes with pursuing big, impactful actions. But here's the truth. Success requires stepping outside your comfort zone. Needle movers often feel intimidating: cold calls, pitching to a major client, or learning a high-stakes skill. Yet these actions are the ones that unlock exponential growth. Practical exercises for focus. 1. The not-to-do list. Write down every task you currently do that doesn't directly contribute to your goals. Cross them off your list permanently or delegate them to others. 2. The daily big 3. Every morning, identify the 3 most important tasks for the day, the ones that will move the needle. Commit to completing them before addressing anything else. 3. The stoplight test. Evaluate your activities like a traffic light. Green, high-impact, needle-moving tasks. Prioritize these. Yellow, tasks that support your goals but aren't critical. Proceed with caution. Red, time-wasting distractions. Stop immediately. Focusing on needle movers means saying no to many other opportunities, and that can trigger FOMO. What if you miss out on something great? Here's the liberating truth: by saying no to distractions, you're saying yes to what truly matters. FOMO fades when you see the results of your focused efforts. Let's clear up a common misconception. Focusing on needle movers isn't about avoiding hard work. It's about ensuring that your hard work pays off. Hustle for the sake of hustling leads to burnout. Strategic effort leads to success. The top 1% understand this distinction, and now, so do you. Right now, list 3 things that are needle movers in your life. These could be key tasks in your job, actions that grow your side business, or habits that improve your health or relationships. Next, list 3 tasks you do daily that are distractions. Commit to eliminating one distraction this week and replacing it with more time on a needle mover. Anna's story reminds us of a powerful truth: most people stay busy, but only a few focus on what truly matters. By identifying your needle movers and committing to them relentlessly, you'll unlock growth and progress you never thought possible. The question you must answer is this: will you continue scattering your energy, or will you focus on the few things that matter most? The choice is yours, and the results are waiting. Chapter 4. Mastery through consistency. We all have moments of motivation, those bursts of energy that make us tackle a project or chase a goal with enthusiasm. But here's the catch: motivation fades. The real question is, what keeps you moving forward when the excitement is gone? The answer lies in one word: consistency. Consistency is the quiet force behind every great achievement. It's not glamorous, and it rarely earns applause, but it's what separates those who dream of success from those who achieve it. If you want to join the top 1%, you must embrace the power of showing up, day after day, even when it feels mundane or difficult. Michael wanted to run a marathon. At first he was fired up, buying expensive running shoes and mapping out ambitious training schedules. But after 2 weeks of waking up at 5 a.m. to run, his excitement waned. Skipping one day turned into skipping 3, and soon, his marathon dream felt impossible. One evening while scrolling through YouTube, Michael stumbled upon an interview with an elite athlete. The athlete said, "The secret to success isn't talent or motivation, it's consistency. You don't have to feel like running every day. You just have to run." Michael decided to try again, but this time, he started small. Instead of focusing on the marathon, he committed to running for 10 minutes every morning, no excuses. Over time, 10 minutes became 30, and 30 became an hour. Months later, Michael crossed the finish line of his first marathon, not because he was the fastest or most motivated, but because he showed up consistently. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum creates results. When you repeat an action regularly, it becomes a habit, requiring less mental energy. This frees your brain to focus on higher-level decisions and creative problem-solving. Consistency also compounds over time. The small steps you take daily lead to massive progress over months and years. But here's the challenge. How do you stay consistent when life gets hard? The secret is to build systems that make consistency automatic. Building systems for consistency. 1. Start small. Set goals so achievable that it's almost impossible to fail. If your goal is to write a book, commit to writing 100 words a day. Success fuels motivation, and small wins build momentum. 2. Track your progress. Use a habit tracker or journal to record your efforts. Seeing your streak grow is incredibly motivating and helps you stay accountable. 3. Create triggers. Pair your habit with an existing routine. For example, if you want to exercise, do it right after brushing your teeth. These triggers make the habit automatic. 4. Remove barriers. Eliminate anything that makes consistency harder. If you want to eat healthier, stock your fridge with prepped meals. If you want to work out, lay out your gym clothes the night before. 5. Forgive yourself. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. Missing a day isn't failure, just don't let it turn into a missed week. Focus on getting back on track. Many people avoid starting because they're afraid of doing something imperfectly. But consistency is about progress, not perfection. Think about it: does it matter if your workout wasn't ideal if you still exercise 5 days this week? The top 1% aren't perfect, they're persistent. Let's be honest, staying consistent can feel boring. There will be days when you don't want to show up. On those days, remind yourself of your why. Why did you set this goal in the first place? Visualize the long-term rewards, and remember that each small action is a vote for the person you want to become. Here's a powerful thought: if you improve by just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. That's the magic of consistency. Small, daily efforts lead to exponential growth, far outpacing the bursts of energy from occasional motivation. Choose one area of your life where you want to see change. Identify a small, consistent action you can take daily, starting today. Commit to doing it for 30 days, no matter how you feel. Track your progress and notice the changes by the end of the month. Michael's marathon success wasn't extraordinary, it was a direct result of consistency. The same principle applies to you. Whether your goal is to build a business, master a skill, or improve your health, the path is the same: show up, even on the hard days. The question isn't can you do it? It's will you show up tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that? Remember, consistency is the great equalizer. It doesn't care how talented, motivated, or lucky you are. It rewards those who persevere. So, are you ready to make the commitment? Your future self is waiting. Chapter 5. The Art of Letting Go. Have you ever felt like you were carrying a heavy backpack, overloaded with things you don't need? The weight slows you down, yet you keep trudging forward because you're afraid to leave anything behind. Here's the pivotal question: what are you holding on to that's keeping you from moving forward? Success isn't just about adding, it's often about subtracting. To reach the top 1%, you must let go of the distractions, habits, and even beliefs that no longer serve you. It's not easy, but it's essential. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about creating space for what truly matters. Sarah was a high-performing project manager who said yes to everything. Extra tasks at work? Yes. Organizing a neighborhood event? Yes. Helping a friend move on her only free Saturday? Of course, yes. Her calendar was packed, her energy drained, and her goals. They were sidelined, waiting for some time. One day, Sarah collapsed from exhaustion during a work presentation. As she recovered, a close friend gave her some life-changing advice. You're so busy being everything for everyone else that you've forgotten to be anything for yourself. Sarah realized she was holding on to an unhealthy need for approval, believing her worth came from pleasing others. She decided to change. It started small, declining one unnecessary meeting, delegating a task at work, and saying no to an obligation that didn't align with her goals. Over time, her calendar began to reflect her priorities, and her energy returned. Letting go didn't make her selfish, it made her focused. Letting go often feels like failure. We cling to commitments, ideas, and habits because we fear the unknown or worry about disappointing others. But here's the truth: letting go is not a loss, it's a gain. Every time you release something unimportant, you create room for something meaningful. Letting go is an act of simplification. The most successful people embrace simplicity because it allows them to channel their energy toward what truly matters. Here's how to simplify your life. 1. Declutter your commitments. List all your current responsibilities. Ask yourself, does this align with my vision and values? If the answer is no, consider delegating, delaying, or dropping it. 2. Break free from toxic habits. Identify one habit that drains your time or energy. It might be doom scrolling social media, procrastinating, or saying yes out of guilt. Commit to replacing it with a positive alternative. 3. Release limiting beliefs. Success isn't just external, it's internal. Are you holding on to beliefs like I'm not good enough, or I have to do it all? Challenge those thoughts and replace them with empowering ones. Many people fear the word no. But every no is a yes to something better. When Sarah started saying no to tasks that didn't align with her goals, she discovered a newfound freedom. She wasn't rejecting others, she was choosing herself. Here's a simple framework for saying no without guilt. Acknowledge. Thank you for thinking of me. Decline. I'm unable to commit to this right now. Redirect optional. Have you considered asking someone else? FOMO keeps many people tethered to unimportant things. You stay in a job you dislike because you fear missing out on the next promotion. You cling to a side hustle that drains your energy because it seems like a safety net. But here's the truth: you can't grab hold of the future if your hands are full of the past. Instead of fearing what you might miss, focus on what you'll gain by letting go. Clarity, focus, and energy are your rewards. Practical exercises to let go. 1. The one less rule. Identify one thing, an obligation, habit, or belief you can release today. Commit to letting it go for 1 week and observe the impact. 2. The does it serve me? Test. Whenever a task or opportunity arises, ask yourself, does this serve my goals, values, or well-being? If not, decline it. 3. Create a stop doing list. Write down 3 things you're currently doing that drains your energy or distract you from your goals. Take action to eliminate or reduce them. Letting go isn't just practical, it's emotional. It's about releasing guilt, fear, and the belief that you have to do everything to succeed. As you let go, you'll feel lighter, more focused, and more empowered. You'll realize that your worth isn't tied to how much you do but to how aligned your actions are with your purpose. Sarah's story proves this. The moment she let go of what wasn't serving her, her life transformed. She wasn't just busy, she was purposeful. And so can you. The question is, what are you ready to let go of today? Letting go is an art, a skill you can develop. The more you practice, the more space you'll create for clarity, focus, and progress. Remember, success isn't about holding on to everything, it's about holding on to what matters most. Chapter 6. Leveraging the power of precision. Imagine a sculptor standing before a block of marble. With each precise strike, they chip away the excess, transforming the stone into a masterpiece. Success works the same way. It's not about how much you do, but how precisely you focus your efforts. Here's the crucial question. Are you carving your path with intention, or are you chipping away aimlessly? Precision is the hallmark of the top 1%. It's the skill of directing your time, energy, and resources toward the actions that yield the greatest results. This chapter will teach you how to sharpen your focus and execute with accuracy in a noisy, distraction-filled world. Jacob was an aspiring entrepreneur who prided himself on being busy. He juggled multiple projects, attended every networking event, and consumed endless productivity hacks. Yet, despite all his efforts, his business floundered. He was overwhelmed, frustrated, and unsure why his hard work wasn't paying off. One day, Jacob attended a workshop led by a successful investor. The speaker shared a simple yet profound insight. It's not how much you do, it's what you do. Precision beats effort every time. That advice shifted Jacob's perspective. He realized he wasn't failing because he lacked effort, he was failing because his effort was scattered. Jacob decided to focus on the one project with the highest potential. He ruthlessly eliminated distractions and adopted a laser-sharp approach to his work. Within a year, his business not only recovered but became profitable. Precision transformed Jacob from a struggling multitasker into a thriving entrepreneur. Precision is about clarity, prioritization, and execution. It ensures that every action you take moves you closer to your goals. Here's how precision works in practice. 1. Clarity. Know your ultimate objective. Without a clear target, your efforts will be scattered. Precision starts with understanding what you're aiming for. 2. Prioritization. Focus on the 20% of actions that produce 80% of results, the 80-20 principle. Identify your most impactful tasks. 3. Execution. Eliminate distractions and execute with full attention. Precision requires deep work, sustained, focused effort on high-value activities. Most people avoid precision because it's uncomfortable. It forces you to confront tough decisions, say no to distractions, and focus on fewer things. In a culture that glorifies multitasking and busyness, precision can feel counterintuitive. Yet, it's the key to exponential growth. Practical strategies for precision. 1. The one thing focus. Each day, ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today that will have the biggest impact? Prioritize it above everything else. 2. Batching tasks. Group similar tasks together to minimize context switching. For example, designate specific blocks of time for emails, calls, or creative work. 3. The deep work window. Carve out uninterrupted blocks of time for focused work. Turn off notifications, close irrelevant tabs, and dedicate yourself fully to your task. 4. Eliminate decision fatigue. Simplify routine decisions, such as what to wear or eat, so you can direct your mental energy toward meaningful choices. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: endless notifications, social media, and an avalanche of information. To stay precise, you must actively guard your attention. Here's how. Limit inputs. Consume less but with intention. Instead of scrolling aimlessly, seek out high-quality, actionable information. Set boundaries. Communicate your focus periods to those around you and stick to them. Declutter your environment. A clean, organized space fosters a focused mind. Focusing with precision often requires saying no to opportunities. FOMO can make this challenging, but here's the truth. Saying no to good opportunities creates space for great ones. The most successful individuals prioritize long-term gains over short-term rewards. Here's a challenge. For the next week, identify your top priority each day. Dedicate at least 1 hour to working on it with absolute focus. At the end of the week, reflect on your progress. You'll likely find that a few precise actions outperformed a week of scattered effort. Precision isn't just about results, it's about peace of mind. When you focus on what truly matters, you feel less overwhelmed and more in control. Precision transforms chaos into clarity and frustration into fulfillment. Jacob's story demonstrates this truth. The difference between failure and success often isn't effort, it's focus. Precision gave him the clarity and confidence to direct his energy where it counted most. The question now is, what will you choose to focus on? Precision is a skill anyone can learn, and it's your ticket to extraordinary success. Stop spreading yourself thin. Start sharpening your focus. The masterpiece of your life is waiting to be carved. Chapter 7. Building a life of balance and abundance. Picture this. You've achieved your career goals, but you're too exhausted to enjoy the rewards. Your relationships are strained, your health has taken a backseat, and your hobbies feel like a distant memory. Success feels hollow. Here's the pressing question. Can you truly be successful if you've sacrificed everything else to get there? The top 1% don't just achieve financial or professional success, they create lives of balance and abundance. This chapter will teach you how to align your ambitions with personal fulfillment, so you can enjoy not just what you earn, but the journey that gets you there. Elena was a high-powered attorney, celebrated for her tenacity and work ethic. She billed 80-hour weeks, received glowing reviews from clients, and was on the fast track to partnership. But beneath her polished exterior, she felt empty. Her friendships had faded, her health was in decline, and she couldn't remember the last time she laughed with her family. One evening, Elena's mentor took her aside and said something that stopped her in her tracks. You can always make more money, but you can't buy back time. That night, Elena reevaluated everything. She realized she didn't just want success, she wanted to be present for her loved ones, to feel healthy and energized, and to wake up each day with a sense of purpose. With her mentor's guidance, she restructured her life, setting firm boundaries at work, prioritizing her health, and carving out time for her relationships. The transformation wasn't instant, but over time, Elena built a life that felt truly abundant. Balance isn't about dividing your time equally between work, relationships, health, and hobbies. Instead, it's about intentionally prioritizing what matters most in each season of your life. Some periods may demand more focus on work, while others may require you to lean into family or self-care. The key is alignment, ensuring your actions reflect your core values. Abundance isn't just about financial success, it's about thriving in all areas of life. Here's how to create abundance across 4 key dimensions. 1. Financial abundance. Build wealth without sacrificing your integrity or well-being. Automate savings. Invest strategically and focus on quality over quantity in your expenditures. 2. Emotional abundance. Cultivate gratitude and focus on the positive aspects of your life. Journaling or daily affirmations can help shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. 3. Relational abundance. Invest in meaningful relationships. Prioritize time with loved ones, and don't be afraid to let go of toxic connections that drain your energy. 4. Physical abundance. Take care of your body through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. Your energy levels directly impact your ability to achieve and enjoy success. Practical steps to balance and abundance. 1. Set non-negotiables. Identify your top priorities and make them non-negotiable. For example, if family dinners or daily workouts matter to you, schedule them first and plan everything else around them. 2. Adopt the seasons mindset. Recognize that life comes in seasons. During a busy work project, other areas may take a temporary backseat, but make a conscious effort to rebalance once the project is over. 3. Protect your energy. Treat your time and energy as finite resources. Avoid overcommitting, and learn to say no to anything that doesn't align with your vision. 4. Practice presence. When you're working, work fully. When you're with loved ones, be fully present. Multitasking dilutes your effectiveness and diminishes your joy. Many people equate rest with laziness, but rest is a critical component of balance and abundance. It's during rest that your mind processes ideas, your body regenerates, and your spirit rejuvenates. Rest isn't a reward for hard work, it's a prerequisite for sustained success. Scarcity thinking, believing there's never enough time, money, or resources, keeps you stuck in a cycle of stress and overwork. Shifting to an abundance mindset means trusting that there's enough for everyone, and that success doesn't require sacrificing your well-being. It's a mindset rooted in gratitude, generosity, and confidence. Practical exercises for abundance. 1. The Gratitude Journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Over time, this simple practice rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. 2. The 80-20 Balance Check. Review how you're spending your time. Are 80% of your hours focused on what truly matters? If not, make adjustments. 3. The Life Wheel. Draw a circle divided into segments for work, relationships, health, hobbies, and personal growth. Rate your satisfaction in each area, then identify one action to improve each segment. Achieving balance and abundance isn't just about practical steps, it's about shifting how you see success. It's recognizing that your worth isn't tied to your productivity, and that true success is holistic. When you prioritize what matters, you'll find not only greater success but also deeper fulfillment. Alina's story shows us this: success without balance is empty. By prioritizing what mattered most, she didn't just succeed, she thrived. The same is possible for you. The question is, are you ready to redefine success on your terms? A life of balance and abundance doesn't happen by accident. It's a choice you make daily. When you align your actions with your values, success becomes not just a destination, but a fulfilling journey. Chapter 8. Your Blueprint to the Top 1%. You've reached the final chapter of this journey, but in many ways this is just the beginning. By now you've uncovered the myths holding you back, mastered the art of clarity, focused on what truly matters, embraced consistency, learned to let go, and discovered the power of precision. You've started building a life of balance and abundance. But the question remains, what's your next step? Success isn't an endpoint, it's a process. The path to the top 1% isn't about perfection, it's about continuous growth. This chapter will help you craft your personalized blueprint for success, ensuring that the lessons you've learned become lasting habits that propel you forward. Marcus was a gifted software engineer who spent years admiring the achievements of others. He'd read countless books on personal development, but his dreams felt elusive. One day he realized the problem: he was stuck in a cycle of learning without action. He had the knowledge, but lacked a plan. Determined to change, Marcus wrote down his goals and mapped out a simple, actionable strategy. He focused on building one key habit at a time, measuring his progress weekly. Over the next 2 years, Marcus not only achieved his career aspirations, but also launched a successful side project that secured his financial freedom. What transformed Marcus wasn't just learning, it was applying what he'd learned with discipline and focus. Step 1. Define your vision. Your vision is your guiding star. Without it, even the best strategies will feel aimless. Here's how to refine your vision. 1. Dream big, but be specific. Write down your ultimate goal in vivid detail. Instead of "I want to be successful," say, "I want to earn $200,000 annually, work remotely, and have the freedom to travel." 2. Break it down. Divide your vision into short-term 6 months, mid-term 1 to 3 years, and long-term 5+ years milestones. Each milestone should feel attainable but challenging. Step 2. Prioritize needle movers. Revisit the concept of needle movers from Chapter 3. Identify 3 actions that will make the biggest impact on your progress. Make these your primary focus each week. For example, if your goal is financial freedom, focus on high-value skills, strategic investments, or negotiating a salary increase. If your goal is personal growth, prioritize consistent learning, networking, or health optimization. Step 3. Build habits for consistency. Success doesn't come from flashy gestures or fleeting motivation. It's forged through habits that keep you moving forward every day. Here's how to build habits that stick. 1. Start small and strategic. Choose one habit that directly supports your biggest goal. Make it simple and achievable. For instance, if boosting productivity is your aim, begin with a morning routine where you spend 5 minutes planning your day. Small, consistent actions lead to unstoppable momentum. 2. Use triggers. Pair your habit with an existing routine. For example, practice gratitude during your morning coffee. 3. Track your streak. Visual progress keeps you motivated. Use a journal or app to mark each day you complete your habit. Step 4. Measure and adjust. Your blueprint isn't static, it evolves as you grow. Set aside time every month to review your progress. 1. Evaluate your results. Are your actions yielding measurable results? If not, refine your approach. 2. Eliminate what's not working. Don't cling to strategies out of pride. If something isn't effective, pivot. 3. Celebrate wins. Acknowledge milestones to stay motivated. Small victories lead to bigger successes. Step 5. Commit to lifelong growth. The top 1% never stop growing. They embrace the idea that success is a journey, not a destination. Here's how to cultivate a mindset of continuous improvement. Stay curious, read books, attend seminars, and learn from mentors. Seek feedback. Be open to constructive criticism and use it to grow. Surround yourself with excellence. Spend time with people who challenge and inspire you. Even with a blueprint, you'll face resistance, self-doubt, distractions, or fear of failure. Remember, this progress doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. When resistance strikes, revisit your vision, focus on your needle movers, and take one small step forward. As you implement your blueprint, think beyond personal success. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? The top 1% don't just achieve, they inspire, uplift, and create opportunities for others. By pursuing your goals with purpose and integrity, you can make a lasting impact. Take 30 minutes today to draft your blueprint. Answer these questions. 1. What's your ultimate vision? 2. What are your top 3 needle movers? 3. What habit will you build this week? 4. How will you measure your progress? 5. Who can you share your goals with for accountability? Put your plan into action and commit to revisiting it regularly. You now have the tools to create extraordinary success. But tools are only as powerful as your willingness to use them. So, here's the question. Will you take the next step? The life you've imagined is within reach, but it begins with action, one clear, focused, and consistent step at a time. This is your blueprint. This is your moment. The top 1% isn't a distant dream, it's your future, and it starts now. Take care and be well.